I got digital dash, can't ride with a I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, right through your block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say.
Leave a like on this video within the next 5 seconds for 2K to finally fix their servers. I would not risk it. If you guys are looking to get your builds and badges grinded for NBA 2K22, make sure to hit up Star Grinders on Twitter or Instagram to get your badges and builds grinded fast, easy, and legit. The links to his stuff will be in the description.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back with yet another video. Today I got y'all boys with my first build video for NBA 2K22. Now, y'all might think this is a surprise, but I am going to be going over what I believe as of right now, not even day one, off rip. I've been in the lab on next gen. I ain't gonna lie, on current gen, it didn't really take me no time to figure out what's gonna be the best build, because after I seen how easy it was to shoot, I seen how the dribbling was, I seen how the defense was. The build I'm showing y'all for next gen or current gen is easily, I think that's gonna be the best build for a little while. People were starting to get hip to it at one time when this type of build was popular, but I think this build is gonna make a comeback this year again and be very, very overpowered and very, very usable. But yeah, I'm gonna be showing you guys the best build for right now for next gen and current gen. I think the one on next gen is probably gonna be the build that I end up using, but I think I'm gonna keep tweaking it, but I ain't gonna lie, that next gen builder is no joke. But if y'all boys want the best build at every position, I need y'all boys to at least get this video to 300 likes, and I got y'all boys. It's that simple. The faster y'all get this joint to 300 likes, the faster that will be dropping. I'm trying to get that out to y'all at least tonight. If y'all don't get that to this video to 300 likes, that video just will be postponed. Tomorrow I'll give y'all boys the best animations in the game. So either way, it's a win-win. But either way, I would drop that tomorrow. So if y'all want both, I would just get the video to 300 likes. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing in this video, giving y'all the best build for current gen and next gen. If you guys want more videos like this, all you gotta do is smash break and destroy the like button, hit that sub button, turn the post notification for the first to every single my videos. But yeah, man, without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Alright, so for the first build, I'm gonna be doing the current gen. Now, for the builds I did in this video, I do plan on doing this for the future builds, doing the badge setups, but there's so many new badges for all these different categories. I don't want to say that this is the best badge setups for any build I'm showing you guys, because there's just too many new badges. So once I get done with like trying to figure out what's the best badges, what's the best badge setups, what's the best takeovers, I will be doing stuff like that. But I am going to be telling y'all the best takeovers to choose for right now. But yeah, I will be dropping videos on all that stuff soon, so just stay tuned, just wait on it. The game not even fully out yet, so give me time. So yeah, first things first is going to be the current gen build. So position, pretty much the only thing that we're getting from this screen, we're gonna go with the point guard position. Now, when it comes to the pie charts are pretty much all the same. The attributes that you got from last year pretty much are all the same for all the pie charts that we already had, but they actually did add 4 new ones. There's a pie chart with more playmaking, with shooting. There's a pie chart with more finishing than defensive. There's a pie chart with more defensive than finishing, and there's another one that I'm just forgetting. But yeah, the pie chart we're gonna be using for this build is the Meta 2K20 build, and that's going to be the playmaking and defensive. In a game like this build is going to be amazing the entire year. Playmaking, glass here, two-way slashing playmakers are back. I'm just gonna say that right now. And the build I'm gonna show you guys is the build that I was using at the end of the year that was starting to make waves. And in my opinion, this is going to be the best build until they pretty much patch shooting to make it harder, because shooting is just extremely easy right now. Alright, next is going to be the physicals. Now when it comes to the physicals, you can go with the speed pie chart or the speed vert. That's really up to you. If you want to have that 99 speed, go with speed pie chart. If you want to have that 99 speed, 99 acceleration, and close as possible to 99 vertical, go ahead, or pretty much just have as close as possible to 99 on all three categories, go with speed vert. I'm pretty sure you can get 99 speed, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna end up going with speed vert just so I can have that all three as high as possible. Alright, next is going to be the attributes. Now when it comes to the attributes, you're going to end up with 9 finishing, 8 shooting, 20 playmaking with 20 defensive. Now you're not going to get as many badges as you had on 20, but like I said, this is the same builder from last year when it comes to the attributes. Some builds get more badges than they did last year. Some builds pretty much get the exact same badges, but I'm not gonna lie, they didn't really nerf the play shots. I will be honest with you on that. They didn't really nerf that I seen. They didn't really nerf too hard on builds like the 6'8" paint B, 6'8" glass king finisher, so those are very similar too. But when it comes to this build, I just think that builds like this are just gonna be way more overpowered in this game system. So when it comes to the attributes, you're gonna max out your close shot, driving layup, and driving dunk, then put your standing dunk to a 31 to get those 9 finishing badges. Then for the shooting, you're gonna have a max mid-range, 3-pointer, free throw, and then post fade go up to a 41. Playmaking, pass accuracy max, ball handle max, then put your, or pretty much that's how you're gonna get 20 playmaking. Then when it comes to the defensive rebounding, you're gonna be maxing out perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, and defensive rebound, and then putting up your block to a 49 rating to get that 20th defensive badge. And that's pretty much how I ended up doing the attributes for this build. Now real quick note, another build that I actually considered trying to make was the inside out playmaker, but in my opinion those builds aren't going to be as overpowered as they was on 20, because the main things that made this build overpowered was the fact that it got playmaking and defensive hall of fame, and it had contact dunks, and it could shoot. On 2K22 you're going to be able to do all that and more. And when it comes to the inside out playmaker, you're just not going to have as good as shooting on that build or as good as finishing. Now if you make it with the finishing, like the slasher I used to use at the end of the year, you might have a contest, but I still feel like this build is just a little bit better, especially with the fact that you get Hall of Fame playmaking. It's just that simple. Alright, next, now when it comes to the height, weight, wingspan, now real quick, I know people gonna be in the comments like, hey, aren't you supposed to have like an 85 ball handle to be able to do things when it comes to the pro drill moves and stuff like that? Yes, to get pro drill moves you have to have that 85 ball handle, but pro drill moves this year is a lot different than what we've thought in the past. So if you really want the drill moves that we know and all want when it comes to the best drill moves and best animations, you really only have to have like around a 75. As long as you have around a 75, you'll be fine. Now this build is easily gonna have over a 75, so you'll be fine, but when it comes to having an 85 max and stuff like that, you're not gonna be able to have it. So the Kyrie step back, if you want to be able to have that, little hezzy, if you want to have like the 16 and 17 hezzy, you're gonna probably want that. Now stuff like the Curry slide is not in the game yet, so we don't know what that's going to be, but I'm guessing moves that's like overpowered like that, they said they were gonna bring back a lot of overpowered moves from back in like the old 2Ks, so those probably might be at the 85, but pretty much like the bedroom moves that you can get right now, and you'll be perfectly fine with the 75 plus ball handle drill moves, because it's a lot of things that you can get with that. I'm gonna just say right now, but you gotta pretty much get your hands on the game to pretty much see what I'm saying. So when it comes to the height, weight, wingspan though, the height I'm gonna go with on this build is 6'7". The body type, that really is up to you, but yeah, the height I'm gonna go 6'7". Now regular slash and playmakers, what they usually went was 6'5". If you went with a playmaking glass, you went 6'8". What I did on 2K20, I went somewhere in the middle. It was 6'7", but I made it as shooting guard. But you know, on 2K21, we actually was able to go all the way up to 6'8" on point guards. If you remember, back on 2K20, we only could go to 6'6", so we can easily make those builds at the point guard position now. So yeah, we can make a 6'7" two-way slash and playmaker now. So yeah, that's the height I'm gonna end up going with. And then when it comes to the weight, now I actually tried to test out the minimum weight, but they kind of nerfed having minimum weight. It's not really a point of even going minimum weight because you're still on the same speed. So I actually just ended up going with 191 pounds. Now earlier when I was going over the speed, acceleration, and vertical, I was really mainly talking about if you want to be able to have 99 speed, like if you went 6'5", you could have had 99 speed even with this pie chart. But since we went taller, it's not gonna be as high. So we will have an 86 speed, 84 acceleration, 87 vertical. And mind you, this is not next gen, so there still is the +4 at 99, and you can get gym rat, so that you can get +8 to your physical, so you got to keep that in mind also. But yeah, 191 pounds is going to be best because that's going to get you the max speed and acceleration while also barely losing anything on interior defense and strength, and still gaining on driving layup. And alright, next is going to be the wingspan. Now when it comes to the wingspan, we're pretty much just going to easily max that out. So this is what our build is going to look like at 95. Now this build is not really what people are used to when they think of a two-way slasher playmaker, because you actually have to grind this build to make it as overpowered as they were on NBA 2K20. Now, if you remember on NBA 2K20, two-way slasher playmakers had 73-point rating, but my build, the version that I made at the end of the year, was, I think it was called a facilitating finisher. And my build was at 6'7", and if you went taller, you could go longer wingspan, and that's just what I like to do. So this is actually what my build ended up being, and I actually ended up with like a 65 or 66 three-pointer with like over 70 mid-range, and there's a lot of things that's gonna be changing on this build when it comes to hitting 99. You're gonna get +4 to everything that you see on the screen. Even the physicals can go up +8 because of gym rat, and gym rat is actually kind of different how you get it. I'll probably drop a video on that, so I'm not gonna go into detail on that. But when it comes to the physicals, that's gonna go up +8, so your speed's gonna be all the way up to a 94, your acceleration gonna be up to a 92, and your vertical is gonna be all the way up to a 95. Then when it comes to the finishing, you're gonna be able to get all the contact dunks on this build except for the big man, obviously, because it's not a big man build, but you're gonna be able to get the pro, elite, and small. I believe all the contact dunk animations is the same thresholds as they was before. If they change it to next gen, then that kind of messes up a lot of things, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that you can get all the contact dunks with this. Then when it comes to the shooting, you're gonna pretty much only have a 65 three-pointer, but it's a lot easier. It's really similar. It's almost the easiest shooting I've ever seen 2K ever have, especially off rip. I would even say it's arguably easier than 2K20, especially if you have an 80+ three-point rating. It's extremely easy to shoot on this game. A lot of whites go in consistently on this game, so I just want to make that known. Then when it comes to the playmaking, like I said, you really only need like a 75 ball handler to get certain dribble moves that you really want, and you're gonna be able to get that to a 76, and then you can get another +4 to reach another threshold to get, because it's kind of like 75, 80, then 85, and then there's some even below a 75 that you can even get. So yeah, that really just depends on you, but yeah, you're gonna be able to get an 80 ball handler on this build at 99. Then when it comes to the defense rebounding, a lot of stuff is gonna be going up. Perimeter defense is gonna be all the way up to an 87, a lot of cleans up to an 87, steals up to an 88, blocks all the way up to a 69, defense rebound all the way up to an 85. So yeah, this build is gonna be very good at 99. That's really when this money is gonna be made for this build. Alright, and last but not least, before we hop into the build, name is going to be the Takeover Slasher, Lock, and Playmaker Takeover. So when it comes to the takeovers that we actually end up having, we actually have the options that really pretty much suit this build the best. So Playmaker and Slasher are pretty much the best options in my opinion. Defense on this game is amazing, so if you want to go with lock take like a lot of people used to do on 2K20, I think lock take is going to be a very underrated takeover again, very overpowered takeover again. But with a build like this, if you want to have that +10 speed ball, +10 ball control, you want to go with Playmaker or Slasher. So that's really why I say those are the best options. Then it comes down to what you want more: the ability to help your teammates get sharp takeover and take people's ankles, or you rather have Slasher takeover where you're gonna be able to get a lot of contact dunks, where they really nerfed that a lot this year. They tried to make it a lot harder, but I'm not gonna lie, it's not crazy harder, but if you know what you're doing, you're gonna be able to get it. But if you was a person that just held X, it's not gonna work for you. I'm gonna just say that. But yeah, Slasher and Playmaker, in my opinion, the best options. But I'm gonna end up going with Slasher Takeover, and the build comes out as a two-way pass first point. If you played 2K20 and was in that builder, you know about this build. You're a real OG to the pie chart build system name. So yeah, that's going to be the build for current gen. We ain't even gotten to the craziest stuff yet. Alright, so disclaimer off the rip, when it comes to going into next gen, I was supposed to be streaming me making my build, but the build system was so much more complex than I even could have imagined that I actually had to just cancel the stream and just get dedicated to just making some videos, sit down and make my build. So this is what I think my build is gonna be for the year. This can be subject to change because I do like to tweak for a couple days before I finalize that. So my build, I don't expect my build video to come until maybe Saturday, but at the latest Monday. So if y'all want to see my actual official build, where I probably tweak this a little by little. Y'all just gonna have to wait and see that. But this build, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually very happy, and I wouldn't be surprised if I don't change anything on this build, because you're gonna be able to do everything on this build. You're gonna be able to get all the badges that you want. You're gonna be able to get all the defense that you really need. You're gonna be able to get contact dunks, and you're gonna be able to reach certain badge thresholds that you really need, which is extremely important, which I'm gonna get into later in this video. So yeah, let's hop into it. So this obviously is gonna be a guard build, because I usually always make guard, so gonna make it at the point guard position just like the current gen build. Alright, so for all my next gen heads, whenever y'all get the game, y'all gonna realize how well 2K actually did this. Now, one real thing that I really wanted to be able to have going into the build system, I wanted to be able to make sure I had Hall of Fame posterizer, Hall of Fame quick first step, because I've heard about the things about how you have to have certain attributes to reach every single tier, and those were the two badges. If I was getting anything Hall of Fame, I wanted to make sure I got those. I'm not even really worried too much about the shooting Hall of Fame badges, because I'm seeing people with 60, 70, 80 3-point balls be able to shoot consistently with 0 badges. So I'm not really too concerned about the shooting badges. The main things I'm really worried about was finishing, be able to get posterizer Hall of Fame, because I seen the dunk meter, and I heard that if you have the higher you have posterizer, the easier the dunk meter is. So what I had to do was actually end up testing that. But 2K did this perfectly. The only way you can be able to get Hall of Fame quick first step on a build is if you have 92 speed with ball. But to be able to have 92 speed with ball, the tallest height you can go is 6'3". But the only way you can get a 99 driving dunk, which is the only way you can get Hall of Fame posterizer, is if you have 99 driving dunk, is if you're 6'4". If you're anything below, you're only gonna be able to get to a 98, and that's with 6'3". That's the highest you can get. So yeah, they made sure that they knew what badges was gonna be the most overpowered ones, and they made sure to disconnect those badges from being able to be attainable on those builds. So what I actually ended up having to do was I had to go into the dunk meter, test that out to see how hard it was, and I'm not gonna lie, in my opinion, it's not nearly as hard as it seemed. So I actually just said, I'm gonna just hold my L. I'm gonna just go ahead and make sure I get contact dunks, and I'm gonna still have gold posterizer. It's not like I'm not gonna have it at all. So yeah, I ended up going with 6'3" on the height, 170, which is pretty much minimal on the weight, and also weight is actually more important than it seems. But I'm gonna get into that in another video, not for today. Then when it comes to wingspan, I didn't go max, but 6'10" is pretty long for the wingspan, and that's just gonna help me on the defense. And when y'all see my build, y'all gonna see a lot of other builds today, and this is gonna be probably, if not the best, one of the best builds you're gonna see today. I'm just saying that right now. Alright, so what I originally ended up, when I actually made my build the first time, when I was going through it, I ended up with 18, 23, 22, and 20. This time when I made it, I ended up with 17, 23, 23, and 20, because I just felt like I didn't need that extra finishing. I'd rather have that on playmaking. But one fun fact I'd rather like to tell y'all see that press Y to expand. It'll probably say like triangle to expand. That's gonna show you in detail what you need for every badge. And one thing that I really like about what 2K did for the build system for next gen, every single attribute now has a description of exactly what it does. So I wanted to have max physicals on everything, but when I seen what vertical actually did, and I noticed that it had pretty much was only to reach, when it came to dunking, it only was there to help you reach the threshold of being able to get contact dunks. It doesn't really do anything when it comes to the frequency of contact dunks. I just made sure to make sure I only get that to an 85, because what I was really trying to do was get it to a 99. But once I realized it wasn't a big deal to get it to a 99, I just stopped, because it's really more for rebounding apparently. So rebounding and blocks. So as soon as I figured that out, I was really happy that the fact that they have the description for every single attribute. So let's get into the build. So what I did, to be able to get contact dunks in this build, you have to have a 92 driving dunk. So what I did was I got a 92 driving dunk. I did a lot of research on my build. So when it came to my build, I have a 92 driving dunk for the contact dunks, 87 3 balls, so I can get a lot of gold. If you look at the shooting badges, I pretty much get all the badges I want, either Hall of Fame or gold or silver. Hall of Fame, gold, or silver. The only badge I get silver that I low-key wanted higher was blinders. I low-key kind of did want that higher, but yeah. Another fun fact, if you do, I believe if you do G League or college, you actually have the ability to get free badge upgrades and extra badges on top of the badge points you get on this screen. So that's a W2 but from 2K. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop to it. So for the 17 finishing, we got 92 driving dunk, max standing dunk, or actually we didn't touch the standing dunk, we didn't touch the post control, but we have a 92 driving dunk, and the driving layup went up off of that. Then when it came to the 3-pointer, we maxed that all the way out, and the mid range went up to a 72 off of that. But also what is affected off of the 3-pointer and mid range is the close shot, so that went up to a 42. So yeah, that actually ended up getting me more finishing badges. But close shot, a lot of these attributes don't affect your overall like they did last year. Like free throw, it literally does nothing to your overall. If anything, it's like half of an overall. Same thing with stamina. So I guess this year they wanted that to not be as important, so that every build can actually have free throw, every build can actually have stamina, which is a W. Then when it came to the playmaking, the only L I took on my build I really feel like was pass accuracy. I wanted to be able to have pass accuracy so I can be able to get badges like Dimer and stuff like that. But that's the only thing I really haven't figured out how to actually mesh with this build yet. I'm gonna figure that out, and when I do, I will post that video. But that's the only thing. But when it came to the ball handle, I have that at 89. Speed ball, that's a 92. I have Hall of Fame quick first step. That's really what I was really looking forward to, like I was saying when I was going over the height. Then when it came to the defensive rebounding, I maxed out my perimeter defense. I didn't really try to get my interior defense high. I didn't really try to get my block high, but it just ended up being what it was. So I actually ended up with a 66 block. So now I have the ability to have Silver Intimidator, which is a W. My perimeter defense is high, so now I actually have the ability to get clamps on Silver. And my steal ended up being a 90, which is the threshold to get Hall of Fame Interceptor. So all that is a W for me. And then when it came to interior defense, I even had that to a 50. If you know what interior is, it's for pretty much interior defense, and that's going to stop you from getting contact dunk. And I really wanted to have that max, but it is what it is. Then when it came to the physicals, that's pretty much the first thing I pretty much went to. I maxed out my speed, I maxed out my acceleration, I maxed out my vertical. When I read what vertical did, I lowered that to 85 just so I can be able to get the contact dunks, all the contact dunks that I wanted. And then stamina, maxed that out. And as you can see, the strength is at a 36. I had maxed that out, but I had to lower that. And the interior defense is supposed to be maxed, but it is what it is. So yeah, we actually ended up only getting 36 strength based off the interior defense. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. Alright, and last but not least, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not doing badge setups this early in the year because there's just too many badges to go over, and I don't even know what half of these badges completely do, or if they even work for what they say they do, because all the badges have really good descriptions, I'm not gonna lie, but it's really still gonna be determined what's the best badges is in like a week, so let's give it some time. But yeah, when it comes to the takeovers, I ended up going with Sharp Takeover and Slasher. But which Sharp Takeover that I actually ended up going with, I actually ended up going with Limitless Range because the shooting is so easy. Spotter precision is not that important. I just wanted to extend my range as far as possible. Hopefully Limitless Range actually works, unlike last year on Next Gen. If you know, last year on Next Gen, Spotter precision gave you the ability to pretty much do everything in Sharp Takeover instead of just being like Spotter precision, like helping you just shoot spotted up. But it did pretty much, it lets you shoot from pretty much anywhere on the court, and you could do fades, and you could hit a lot more off catch and shoot. Pretty crazy. It's pretty much like Sharp Take on current gen, on Next Gen. And yeah, it was the best takeover on Next Gen in my opinion by far. Then when it came to the second takeover, it was kind of hard. I was thinking about anchor breaking shots or finishing moves, but I was like, I can change my takeover whenever, because this is Next Gen. I don't even know if that's 100% back on Next Gen, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't want to say if that is or not. But what I actually ended up going with was finishing moves so I can just get more contact dunks, because the one thing I really wanted to do was have Hall of Fame posterize. I didn't have that ability. So I did want to make sure that I did have Hall of Fame, or not Hall of Fame, finishing moves as my takeover. So yeah, that's the takeovers I end up going with, and the build comes out as a two-way 3-point shot creator, similar to shades of Mahmoud Abdul-Rahuf, De'Aaron Fox, and John Wall. So yeah, man, that's going to be the two best builds in the game right now. The best build for current gen in my opinion, and the best build for next gen in my opinion. I'm gonna be dropping more builds very soon. If you guys want the best build at every position, I'm gonna be in the lab all day until I get that joint done. If y'all boys get this joint to 300 likes, if not, y'all won't be seeing that video tonight. Yeah, joint will be rescheduled, but tomorrow, either way, will be the best animation. So I know y'all boys will want that either way. So yeah, man, don't forget to hit that like button. Go ahead, smash, break, and destroy the like button if y'all boys want more videos like this, more build videos, crazy build videos all year. This build system is extremely complex, but I think when we get more experience to it, we're gonna start finding even crazier builds than the one I just showed y'all boys. So yeah, man, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that sub button, make sure to turn on notifications for the first at every single my video. Share this video to anybody you think this will help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm out to be, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Roll, 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 roll. I wanna rock and roll. You can tell by my clothes. I get high as fuck every day. I think I see you